Garden of Terror, semi-final number 2. Julbord against a random team. Yeah, a couple of new teams, new names for the X Cup winter season. It's the first qualifier of our 3rd season of the event. And yeah, we're starting things off here today with Garden of Terror, which is actually a very interesting starting map. Not really what I expected, but the one thing that I still remember is that somebody mentioned earlier that allegedly Wooby promised Quacknix that he can play Murky in one game. So I'm not sure exactly who picked the map, but if you really want to give him a Murky game, that might be the map to do it on. So maybe we're going to see the frog in the bubble, I don't know. But Rhaegar gets banned. Garden of Terror is obviously a massive map, and you want to play around not only lane push, but also all of the mercenary camps here. And yeah, it's just awesome to have Quacknix back playing, even if it's like just for fun. He takes a break right now from paddle tennis. I actually don't know if he still plays actively, but I think he does. That's what he did after HGC. Started to play paddle tennis, and I think he was pretty high up in the national ranking in Sweden, and was also traveling to Spain for that a lot, where paddle tennis is also pretty big. If you don't know what it is, by the way, just Google, and you'll find out. A little bit of a mix between, I guess, squash and tennis. But yeah. Either way, double support ban on Garden of Terror. Muradin as the first pick. It would actually be kind of funny if they would ban Murky at some point or just pick him away. Now, the way that all of this started, by the way, is that apparently Quacknix played quite a bit of Murky in his ladder streams. And obviously they're also funning around a little bit here. I mean, it's a reunion of the Swedes. And yeah, so I'm not sure how serious they were with this. I mean, at the end of the day, it's still the semi-final and it's the first qualifier. So you want to make sure that you get a couple of points together for the leaderboard so that you have a good standing regarding the playoff ranking. Double global already? I mean, makes perfect sense. If I could see also Falstead again, especially for Quack. But Dehaka, Brightwing, that's already a nice macro setup and a good start for them. Jaina and Kharazim. Smexy loves his Kharazim. He had games where he had games where he played Kharazim and he pretty much had a damage battle with some of his real DPS in the game and was just absolutely crushing them and enjoyed that way too much. So yeah, him on Kharazim is actually a lot of fun. I'm still curious what Quacknix is going to pick, because the normal pick here would be Falstead, obviously. Could even be banned now by a random team. They ban Urel, so they're respecting Wooby here and they're saying, do we get rid of the global? But instead, they are taking care of Wooby. There's the Falstead. It has, if they pull out a Murky game, it's this one. Now, Wooby can technically also go for the Vikings. He played Vikings in the past, and I think it was on Garden of Terror. But with them banning Falstead and not picking him earlier, obviously they also don't want to have the other team to have 3 globals, but still. I'm looking at this, I'm like, alright, there's something fishy going on here. Especially with Garden being the first map. I mean, come on. Tychus and a Nubarak, and here's the moment of truth. Vikings and Murky, both could be picked. Come on, boys. Just go for it. Yeah! There it is. They go for Murky. Nice.
Hail to the king, baby.
Alright, boys. Murky is in the house. We actually get the fish. And it seems like random team had no idea that this was coming. But yeah, this obviously changes the equation a little bit. Now you have Murky to deal with on a massive map, and Maiev played by Wooby, and here comes Zeratul. Alright, they counter with Zeratul. It's on, everybody. First map in the best of 3 series here at the semi-final. Julbord against a random team. Garden of Terror is the map. Let's go. Something's fishy on Garden of Terror. Murky played by Quacknix. Yeah, we got the frog in a bubble. Azurite on Muradin. We have Wooby on Maiev, Poik on Jaina, and Smexy is playing Kharazim. Same time now, Ether for random team. He's playing Tychus for them. We have Gamer Boy on Brightwing. Zarmek on Dehaka, Makotzel with his Anuburak, and no game, no life on Zeratul. Yeah, well, he is going to go for the hunt. Zeratul is the one that needs to keep Murky in check a little bit. And now that Quacknik's actually got his Murky and goes here for the Funny Bunny, I really want to see some action. I mean, if you play Murky, you got to deliver, right? If you're coming into your drafter and you're like, listen up, boys. Give me the fish, give me the frog. I'm going to be the one. I'm going to make it happen for you. They even drafted the map because of it, I suppose. Now he has to deliver. So yeah, Quacknik shows what you got. The first thing that we're realizing is that they got Muradin. So the dwarf is already down. That was a quick kill here. And Quacknik is like, it wasn't me, boys. It wasn't me. I didn't die first. So yeah. Seemed a little bit like a Lauba move to me, honestly. Go into the middle and quickly die, and then the game's alright again. So, with Muradin dead, he's going to be back to business. He already do a bit of work topside. As I mentioned during the dev, keeps Mexi a little bit in mind with his damage output and his aggressive plays that he loves to pull off. So, definitely something to keep an eye out for. And in the meantime, we got down here, Azurite. Yep. Low again. Murky then again. Trying to go for the kill. Clutch. And they were literally sitting there like, alright, let's just kill him before he kills you. And they're able to make it work. So for now they have a little bit more than a kill. Camps are now up. Maiev can deal with those. Murky can deal with them later. It's a big map still. And once more, you have the double global with Gamer Boy. And also with the Hakas, there's definitely a lot that they can do on that end too. And Zeratul, when he roams the map, he's going to be trying to get some serious damage in against Murky, but also against the rest of the team. Going straight into the single target build, Shadow Hunter, Psionic Strength, all being set up. So Might of the Nerazim as a level 10 talent. Pretty much inevitable at this point. Not gonna... Very, very unlikely that we're gonna get anything around Void Prison. If you're gonna go for that, then normally you're speccing heavier into Cleave than what we're seeing from them right now. And it's also not really the dominant build in Europe. And hasn't been for a long time. Level 4 talents, the Thunderburn is in. Oh, and another kill, Azurite. Muradin is not having a good time here, does he now? The Dwarf dead for the second time. Prime time, slime time on level 4 for the fish. So yeah, our frog in a bubble at the top side is going up against Gamer Boy. But Muradin is definitely struggling a bit. Usually has the mobility and survivability to deal with a lot of this, but he went down twice. So for now, we have all the way up at the top. Got a little play for the Merc Master, and body blocking him too. Goodbye. Yep, the duck is down. Quacknix gets annihilated. And at the bottom, Muradin? Hello? Azurite is like inting at this point. That's 3 kills against him. He died 3 times already, so that's a big F. That's a report if I've ever seen one. Insta report from the entire team. Level 7 talents are now also in for random team. I mean, they might be a random team, but I think they should have taken them a little bit more seriously, because so far, this is not looking good for Julbord. Not even a little bit. We're very early in the game. It's not like a disaster has struck yet, but they're losing Jaina now, so that's kill number 4. And random team is just moving from one lane to another and is killing them all over the place. So things aren't looking all that great for the blue team. Not even a little bit. Objective spawning 2. That's going to be the second seed here. First one was already taken by the red team. Now they're going for the camps too. Maybe level 10 can change the dynamic a bit, but as I mentioned, at least initially, this isn't a good look for them. Maybe it's a contest. Who dies more often? Who hits the double digits first? Murky is falling behind. Muradin is inting a little bit faster, but yeah, there we go. There's another kill. I mean, Zeratul literally waiting in the bush, anticipating that Murky would go down to the bot lane in order to soak the experience, and shuts it down. So random team is making very good moves here. There's great decision making. Is exactly what they need to do. Slow down the rotations, make the plays. Finally, we have a kill for Julbord too. It's Mexi who delivers it, but Wooby died for that cause. So the fight is definitely on. Murky again gone, but now another seed tribute about to be taken. Yep, they're gonna grab this one as well. I really believe that they have to, with level 10, spice it up a little bit. But No Game, No Life is doing a great job anticipating some of these moves. A lot of body blocking happening from him as well whenever Murky is trying to escape and uses the bubble to get out. So that's already big. They are, on the other hand, still in the experience range, so there's that. But level 10 abilities are in, Might of the Narazim is played. And now it's time to fight, because this is the third seed. This is the third one, and then you have the Garden Terrors on the map. 7-sided strike, ring, no surprises here at all. Not even a little bit. We got the Octo Grab and the save for a moment. It's too late, but they get the counter kill. Smexy is the one carrying the shit out of this right now. There's a 7-sided strike. They're trying to go for the kill. Smexy! He's definitely going to go for the 100 fists again on level 16, isn't he? He's going to go all damage. He's going for the damage build. At this point, 100%. He's going to sit there like, yeah, guys, I don't care. You're not going to get a cleanse from me. I'm going to be the one delivering the damage now because you're helpless without me. He delivered 2 of their kills. All of them. Murky dead again. And that seed is still up. So they start another engage here. Seed still up, and for now the move down to the bottom with maybe the Stormbolt connect. Yeah, dodge out early, and he misses it regardless. But there's the tether, and they just can't get the kill. Brightwing coming in and helping them. The Octo Grab against the Fruit Fly though. Brightwing gets crushed, locked down. The support is gone, and that should help them to lock that second kill in. Indeed, there it is. Murky is down this time for a good cause though. Ooh, Azurite, he made it! He survived, and they killed an Uberug. There we go, there's the kills. Azurite's still a little bit low, but he survives too, and all of a sudden it's nearly the entire team annihilated. So job well done, and look at that, Smexy is... Ring around the rosy plays. Yeah, he jumps out, and... Oh, Brightwing, no, the Fruit Fly. But Tehaka is joining the battle. The fort of the bot lane has been destroyed. They took the structures down. Murky's doing work at the top, but that fight here is just weird and awkward. Everybody playing around globals, around invisibility. Poik is low on mana and hit points. And there's Zeratul, who finishes the job, but again, Karazim took down Murky already. So Smexy is rushing out once again. 14,000 damage points by him. Still playing it out against Zeratul. Yeah, but he couldn't get the kill. And Quarknix, he's literally, I'm a specialist. Look at my siege damage. I'm helping. Then again, I look at his siege damage and he has less than Jaina, so I don't know what that tells us. 13 versus 13 now. But yeah, that's a really, really entertaining one. They might be able to pull this off after all, but it's 7 kills to 9 at this point. And we have, as you can tell, 6 cents here now too. So that's actually big. If you think about how many stuns and slows they have, that's big. That kill against Zeratul is also fantastic for them, especially since the next seed is spawning in 27. So that gives them a bit of an upper hand. Wooby trying to lock down another target so they can go for a potential kill. Doesn't quite work out. Are we going to see the Octo Grab? And, well, there we have it. Another kill. And Uberug dead. They want more. They could get more. They're trying. The ring! He dodges out. Quark is dead, but the tether is there. Even Odin gets popped in that situation. And the blue team is low again. But they're easily moving away from it. Absolutely fantastic game. I mean, this one is a little bit... It's a bit on the strange side. But yeah, it's all kinds of crazy. Garden of Terror as the starting map with a Murky pick. Oh god. Yeah, and the first structure went down on the side of the red team. That's in and of itself also kind of weird if you think about how this all started. I mean, it was a massive kill streak for a random team. Now they got another kill. Wooby's dead again, and Smexy, 7-sided. Can he save himself? No! Zeratul is ripping them a new one right now. Zeratul is just taking them apart, and that's the channel right there. Yeah, there it is. We got the web weavers, the thingies, the garden terrors, yeah. Same shit, different name. And another kill too. Well, maybe not. They go for Azerite. They nearly got him there, but he was able to get the Avatar through. So good for them. He's alive, at least for now. Zeratul shouldn't be able to claim his life, since he obviously has also his trade kicking in. But with the Garden Terrors now pushing through the lane, yeah, they're gonna lose some ground here, for sure. Oh, Zeratul is also playing this pretty risky. Yeah, Ring, not the biggest connect, but still, we have Jaina with a follow-up after the Storm Bolt from Muradin, so that's some nice damage. And then Nubarak goes down. Yeah, they're overdoing it a bit. But also the blue team is, I mean, they are risking a lot here. They are always low the entire time. And now the pause, perfect moment in time, because Zeratul is just now moving in, and it's all a question of whether or not Poik has his cooldowns ready. If he is able to blast him down, they might net themselves a second kill here. And at the same time, you have at the bottom already the push happening for that fort. Murky with the egg down there. So the thing is really that right now they are going to lose structures. And it's 11 kills to 10. You have level 16 for both of the teams popping up soon. But it's still at 4 versus 5 situation. With the Nubarak just dying, there's 5 heroes on the board for Julbord. Whereas Random Team can't really be all that aggressive. Unless, of course, No Game No Life pops off now. If he's able to get kills here, that would be great. Especially against Poik. Now, Wooby is also still sitting here, so technically he could come in, help out. One tether is all that's needed. And, well, yeah, Zeratul. Oh, boy. Yeah, right wing. They're gonna die. They're gonna both die. No. Ah, there it is. Tigers came in. Tigers came in, and now they get kills. Jaina is down. But the party continues. Mexi, the man with the fists. He's working it. The bot lane and the mid lane have both been destroyed, but yeah, Zeratul nearly was chopped in half there. But he survived. Brightwing moved through. And for a second I really thought that Brightwing would die together with Zeratul there. But then Tigers joined the fun, and all of a sudden they were in a great spot. And as expected, wave 100 fists. Smexy is going for damage. He's definitely going for damage. He's like, no way, boys. I'm carrying this shit. Just watch me. Epicenter also for Nubarak, so even more. Oh, beautiful. Yeah, 7-sided and Octograb working in tandem to net them a kill against Tigers. And they are going for the Smex Master, who dashes out, but it is the Haka who gets him after all. Kill after kill after kill. And Nubarak is also down. He just came back into the fight. Oh, that jump. As Azerite catches up with Zeratul and drops him. And they're wiping the entire team. 5-man team wipe, baby. Everybody dead and down. 15 to 13 kills. Guys, we're 12 minutes into this game and we are sitting at 28 kills. We have more than 2 kills a minute at this point. It's just absolutely nuts. Now, Random Team is a bit ahead in structures, but of course that last team wipe that they experienced here also made sure that Julbord now has a big lead in experience. They are rocking them by a level. And with all of the camps up on the map, you can play through those now too. Level 20 talents would be huge here. But it's getting a bit crazy. And level 20, honestly level 20 when you have then Transgression for Karazim, that's going to be great for him too. Even more damage. Cold Snap for Jaina, who has also her baseline completed, so she has the ice block there. and Murky's going to be fun on level 20 of course as well. So it's an interesting one. And that is just kicking us off. I honestly expect that they're not going to play Murky again here after this one. It's going to be game number 1. You still want to go to the grand final, right? But at least things have started to change a bit, because at the start of the game it didn't really look all that good for them. 16 stacks for the Primetime Slime Time. Full slime setup for him too, outside of level 13 where he went for the fish tank. And there it is again. The fish comes in, gets the Octograb, 7-sided strike, that's Zeratul. Easy kill. Easy kill, rinse and repeat. Let those cooldowns come back up and let's go. And they are already pressuring the bot side now. As the red team is taking a camp at the top and has to Hearthstone, they have a few precious seconds where they can try and take that wall down and at least grant themselves a little bit of vision past that. Take the towers too. And yeah, I was about to say hopefully not get a kill, but they have level 16 and that gives us the Making Inky. Okay. And the Epiphany. Okay. That is gonna give him even more dashes and therefore even more of a damage output and mobility, of course. He's gonna be all over the place, trying to rival Zeratul. And his damage output is not too shabby if you think about it. He's at 25,000, being the support player for the team. 4th place, granted, but still, that's not too shabby. Especially if he can put the number, increase the numbers a little bit now. So 16 versus 13. Someone needs to deal with that. Jaina is the one that's already moving back for it. And they get the next seed too. So it's now 2 seeds against 1. They got the advantage here. But yeah. Alright, there it is. That might have been too early. Yeah, nicely done. And Uberak saving him with that cocoon. That cocoon was important. If the 7-sided strike is being used, that's a dead Zeratul at least. But he has the kill on Muradin. Beautiful play by Random Team. That was so well done by Anubarak. They get 2 kills, they get 3, and they go for 4. Or at least they try. Smexy isn't done with them yet, though. Smexy's still trying, and he gets Brightwing. Gets Brightwing, gets Anubarak, the Smex Master. Makes it 2, 3 kills. He wants more, and he's likely gonna get more. Zeratul has taken on the challenge, though. Yeah, Zeratul is like, alright, let's do this, boys. Quacknix doesn't have an egg, though. Has to be careful with that as well. What a game. Oh, beautiful. Smexy with the dash away. And there it is. The kill against Zeratul. Outplayed, baby. Nice. Honestly, the battle between the two of them is awesome. Quacknix getting healed now too. Smexy aiming for another one. Yeah, he's been crushing it. Absolutely crushing it. He nearly got him as well. He nearly got the Haka. Oh boy. 36 kills. 16 minutes in. Yeah, Smexy is murdering it at this point for that. Yeah, it's nuts. So now Quark at the top. He's doing his thing here. For the red team, obviously, it's a bit of an awkward one. It's like, alright guys, how do we deal with this now? What are we gonna do here? Zeratul went straight into the Shadow Stride. We had the rewind. There's plenty of stuns now. For Smexy, going on the 13 here in the 6th Sense was so important here. The stuns alone, with all of the resets that we're now seeing from, let's say, Nubrak and Dehaka, like that gives him a lot of survivability in these battles. But I gotta say, Random Team is doing a great job as well. I wasn't quite sure exactly who played in their team and what to expect from them here, but whew, they got some cool moments there. And especially No Game, No Life. I mean, he's the one to watch out for because he could still take them apart. And he's been doing well. But here comes the push, and the objective, of course, scaling into the late game right now, is gonna deliver. We already have the fort in the mid lane about to be destroyed at the top side. They're defending with 2, so likely they can hold that fort. Well, maybe not even. It's more of a question, though, what happens at the bot lane, because I still expect a play for keep. Yeah, it's just too much push power here. They're going to go for a keep one way or another. And the bot lane has been opened up earlier, so there we go. He hits the Stormbolt, but the damage isn't there. Brightwing immediately helping out or trying to, but they got the Octo Grab and the kill. Frog kills Fruit Fly, eats it. But even with the Ice Block, Jaina wasn't able to survive here. Now they're trying for Muradin. Avatar, Stormbolt, the disc! And they're retreating as the Garden Terror is still doing some work on the keep itself. Now, Murky is already gone. They're still trying to go for Whoopi here. Smexy is also rushing away. And that Garden Terror is gone. Whoopi is gonna die. Whoopi is down. And Zeratul will try to move in again. Murky is obviously back to business. Smexy needs to be the one to draw attention, but Muradin dies, and that's a disaster. And Smexy doesn't stand a chance now. There's the kill. 42 kills. 42 kills in the game. And a full 5-man wipe against Julbord. And they're going for it. They're going for a keep. They want to at least take a keep right now. Call has been made. Go for the keep. I don't think they have a chance to snowball that towards the core itself. They shouldn't be able to. Well, Jaina's back in 3. Murky is back. That's 2 defenders. Guys, maybe. Maybe. It's 20 seconds for MIF. If they are fast, they might just be able... Nah, Octograb is up. Can go for that. Can slow them down a little bit. But they're trying. The red team is trying, but they need to do some work here. And yes, they have Octograb on Tychus. He's being slowed down a little bit. Jaina is doing some work, doing what she can. Shield is gone. Maiev not here. Muradin in 7. They have it. They have it. Well, Anubarak is down. Ice block 50%. Oh, Maiev. They're trying the right click. And that's game. That's game. The random team takes down Julbord in game number 1 and takes the lead on Garden of Terror. Before we head into game number 2, make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet so you don't miss out on any future content here on Khaldor TV. What can I say? Random team pulled it off. They made the call at the end, worked out, and now they are in the lead against Julbord. So, Tomb of the Spider Queen, second map. If they win it here, then they move on to the grand final, whereas the blue team would drop down into the third place deciders match. Now, to be fair, I don't think that we're going to see Murky again, but I'm still impressed how random team coordinated some of these fights. It was a little bit of a fiesta too, obviously. We had way above 40 kills. But now I want to see what happens when Julbord goes for a more serious playstyle. They owed Quadnix a Murky game apparently, but that just shows you can't trust the duck. Instead, what are we going to get for Tomb? We go from Garden Terrors to Web Weavers, same thing. And now Junkrat is banned for all that poke and prodding from outside the turn-in spots. And we got Stukov for Smexy. Even his Karazim couldn't carry them at the end of the game. It was, by the way, Poik who had top damage in the game. He also died 6 times, though. But again, everybody died quite a bit with 42, 44 kills or whatever we ended up on. Wave clear, of course, as usual, Supreme on Tomb of the Spider Queen. Can also go for a bit of a sniper combo, I suppose, and rotate between the lanes. But yeah, I am really curious how random team is playing. Oh my fucking god. We get Probius, guys. We have Probius. I mean, another hero that got reworked a bit, and in some of the show matches that we saw from Team WA, what they did was also play against teams that use Probius. Ixia in particular, obviously, loves the hero. But that's not something that I really expected now. After we just saw Murky, and now Random Team has a chance to make this a 2-0 and move on to the grand final, that's definitely not a pick that I saw coming. Even a little bit. So we'll see how much of an impact Probius is going to have here. Also, very, very early Probius pick. That's the next thing. It's not like they waited long and picked him late. Mephisto and Falstad. Yeah, Falstad for Quacknix again. Could have also seen a Grey main here, considering. And Mephisto is obviously real powerful too. But yeah. Leo gets quickly banned out. So no Gust and Tomb combos. Yeah, can't play around that. It would be a bit insane if Random Team kicks out Julbord. That would be a bit nuts. Then again, these guys are playing pretty decent. I mean, again, it's always a little bit tricky to judge the last game, right? You had done Murky, you got Garden of Terror, so you're looking at it like, okay, how much is this really worth? What's really happening there? But, yeah. Anubarak and Malfurion. So you come in, you get the stun set up, Blaze can follow it up with a second, Malfurion lays down the lawn, and then just roots them in place. Need that burst damage too. But let's get this party started. Tomb of the Spider Queen, last pick for the blue team. Ruby and Azerite, we still need the tank, we still need the side lane, and there it is, Diablo URL. Super powerful composition. Really, really strong. Incredibly tanky, difficult to take down. Zayame Key has the last pick now before we're heading into the second map, and obviously they still need a range damage healer. They don't have one yet. We've seen quite a few Tychus players today, and if you go up against Dibbles, you could again debate whether or not you should go into the bigger they are and play Tychus here. And they do.
It's about damn time.
It's about damn time. Game number 2. Random Team is in the lead. Can they go all the way? Can they go to the grand final? Let's find out together on Tomb of the Spider Queen. Game number 2. We got Wooby on URL for the blue team, Smexy on Stukov, Poik playing Mephisto, Quacknix playing Falstad, and Azerite on Diablo. Missile build, by the way, for Poik here, starting with the Unyielding Power on level 1, as Ether goes for Blaze for Random Team. Gamer Boy, on the other hand, playing Malfurion. This time we got Zeomek on, or Zymek on Tychus, Makotzel on Nubrak, and no game, no life. From Zeratul to Probius. Now, this is a little bit of a weird one. First of all, of course, double Protoss, so abusing the power of the A move here. At the same time, that's quite the flip. From Zeratul to Probius, that is wild. Now, we got the Echo Pulse on level 1. Probius with the rework that Blizzard brought in. Bit more useful, I suppose, but still not a pick that I necessarily saw coming here, especially in the second game, where you have a chance all of a sudden to advance to the grand final and find yourself ahead against a team of former HTC players. So, this is a very different beast than what we've seen before. Obviously, the objective works in similar ways to an extent, but at the same time, the maps or the lanes are way closer together. And they're already trying to trap a little bit at the top, and Anubarak is barely able to dive away from it. So he's able to cross over to the other side of the wall and save his ass there. Yeah, and Urel's still at the bottom. It's going to be a fun one, not going to lie. That Probius pick in particular is something that I want to see have an impact here. Now, Probius is already starting to work on the camp. They're going for the Bruiser camp there. The Emerald Dreams on level 1, get quarterback, so it's going to be a full spec into the Grenade. Level 4 still likely, the bigger they are, as explained earlier. Master Assassin has actually started to fall off a little bit. After the Korean tournament casted like half a year ago, maybe a little bit more than that, we saw a lot of the European and just Western players in general adapt Master Assassin. At the end of the day, you're not really looking to complete the quest. The thought process is more so that you're capitalizing on your passive. But that one has definitely fallen off. But we've seen all 3 taken. So level 4 talents were pretty versatile. Could also go into your stacks if you just wanted to go in the rhythm. But for now, we've seen a lot of focused picks into the bigger they are to try and break front lines down and obliterate those pesky tanks. Then again, Quacknix dodging out. That stun would have been a problem for him. If you jet propulsion falls, that's definitely an issue. Smexy, alright. He makes it out. Could have been killed too. Photon barrier is already in, and it's all about the probe here. Cannon rush time. Proby is in the middle, everybody else is down at the bottom now. Haven't seen a kill yet, but both teams definitely playing a bit more aggressive in the early game. Yeah, and talking about aggressive, there's the stun combo that we talked about, and Azerite is experiencing that firsthand now. The pain train is coming, baby. The bigger they are, level 4 is definitely helping to chunk him down. Proby is now rotating from one lane to another in an attempt to get all of the experience. And they're just 4-manning this hard. Probius is catching 2 lanes, pushing this out easily, and the rest of the team is going full 4-man on us. But that flip, oh, that could be a big problem for Tychus. He makes it out for a second, but that's too much. That's just too much for him to handle. Whoopi wants the kill, and it's Smexy that locks it in. Ether, he has the... Oh, that kill! The gems are still being recovered, but that one hurt. 2 kills to 0. God, Tychus was so close to escaping here. But Falstad has now to deal with... Yeah, he has to deal with Probius. Quacknix is pressuring him whenever he can. The stacks are there, the gems are taken. And now at the bottom of the map, they're going to go for the Siege Giants. They have, of course, a bit of control since they got the 2 kills. So that small window where they had the numbers advantage on the map is immediately being used to turn in a few of the gems, get the Siege Giants, and just try to slowly pull ahead here. Both of the teams have now more than enough gems to get the turn in. So the first Web Weavers could touch ground soon. And there's the level 7 advantage, which will make it even a bit easier for them. At that point, we got the Frost Storm in and also the Boomerang. For Urel, this time the Righteous Momentum. A nice connect from Quack. That actually chunked Probius down to 50% of the hit point pool. Probius on level 7 now with a tower defense. And they are again setting up that combo on Diablo. Red Web Weaver is descending though as the team is turning in, so they might get the lead here. If they can also take down Diablo, that would be a dream come true, but he is able to escape. Didn't have the stacks yet, and instead it turns on Tychus. Tychus is getting attacked here, is able to make his way out of the fight though. And Diablo is now fully stacked, so could die once and still come back quickly. They've done good damage at the bot lane, so structurally they are ahead. Random team is structurally ahead. If they can use those Web Weavers to drop the fort, that would be big. That would really be big. And they're zoning Dibbles out, as is already. Big fights happening all over the place right now. Fawcett is at the top and trying to take the Web Weavers down so that he can then cross over to one of the other lanes and assist, but they are losing ground quickly at the bot lane, especially with that second minion wave now coming in. So that fort could definitely fall. Smexy in the back. Yeah, has to retreat again, but his lurking arm is of course one of the biggest tools that they have now to zone them out. And the fort is still standing. They can save this one. Fallstyle has shifted into the mid lane instead, and they take it. They take... The defense is good. They're doing well here. But with a bit of sieging, we might see that hit on the fort. And Blaze is already doing that. Blazing it away, going for the oil spill here time and time again in an attempt to poke it down. And with one grenade, Tigers could come in, but they get it already. They go for the fight, they go for the stun, and they get the kill. Diablo down. Easily taken. He's already dropped level 9 to level 9. They're zoning Smexy, a bit of body blocking, and it's enough to take Stukov down. Random team with all the momentum all of a sudden. Damn, this is getting impressive. Poik is also in trouble. Quacknick's coming in from the side. Everybody's low here, but there it is. The kill on Mephisto, but they also are dropping Malfurion and Tychus. 14 gems can still be recovered, and Probius is controlling the side lanes as all of this happens. With Falstad moving down, Probius has a window and uses it right away to do some structural damage topside too. So it's a really interesting game now. 4 kills to 3, 1 fort gone. The blue team is able to get their own turn in. Web Weavers are going to touch ground, and we got level 10 on both sides, which gives us the Durance of Hate plus the Apocalypse. That as a combo is already tricky to deal with, or can be. And we got the Pylon Overcharge plus the Twilight Dream. And it's party time. Right off the bat. Right off the bat, it's party time again. They're trying for the Whoopster. They're trying to force him to use his ult. Durance of Hate. The kill. And Nubarak is dead. The cockroach down. Malfurion is in trouble. The old geezer can't survive through it. So he's also dropped. And now the blue team is paying them back with dividends and interests. Right there. 6 kills to 3. Bottom of the map. Another wall that's gonna fall. This could be a disaster for Random Team. They were ahead. They took the fort. They had everything. And right now, we see the exact opposite playing out. Now, with multiple heroes that died, there's a massive, massive push coming in from Julbord. And they are taking not only walls and towers, they're starting to go for the bottom fort. And they've even damaged the one in the middle. So, a leading experience for them again. I don't think they can take the entire thing. I want to say they do. Yeah, they even want to get the kill. Nice. Good move here with Odin. Nice thought. The problem is there are too many of them. And that ends now up with Tychus dying, plus he burned his ult. If he survives in that situation, then it's worth it. But with him falling, he literally just burned a bigger cooldown on top of that too. So yeah, a bit unfortunate for them. 26,000 damage by now from Tychus, 20,000 from Mephisto. Camps taken, and the quest completed for Blaze. But with 7 kills to 3, Julbord is firmly in the driver's seat here. They've claimed the first fort, and now they have a chance to go for the middle, for the top, and take the remaining 2. And I think that's exactly what we're going to see here now. And it's tricky for Random Team. I mean, they have the cooldowns up, but of course with Odin already being burned just before he died, it means they can't use it for the defense. And that's a problem. If you have that up when the Web Weavers are touching ground, you're in a good spot. And on top of that, to make matters worse, there's a level 13 talent advantage now for Julbord that they can also play around with, and that's exactly what they're doing here. Yeah, using that ruthlessly to just push them back in the mid lane. Random Team doesn't want to take that fight. They don't want to commit here, and why would they? They are at a clear disadvantage at this moment. They need a little bit more time to get the experience. And it's not going to take them long, but they're going to lose a... Oh, Whoopi with the ult, and the cockroach in trouble right away. Also, Stukov got cocooned there for a moment, but Makotzel might still not make it out. Gets the shield there, and Quack wants him. Goes maybe a little bit too deep even, so he's able to escape, but it also chased him out, of course. Yeah, there's the 13, but they lost every single fort. All the forts are gone. They even worked their magic at the bottom of the map. Probius has now transitioned towards the top to stop the Web Weavers, who are still active after taking it out. The fort, I mean. And down here, they're also attempting to nibble a little bit at the keep. So great momentum swing now in favor of Julbord. And they're also just stacking it up hard. I mean, the skull setup from Mephisto, he's sitting at 39 stacks. He's only missing 1 for completion of his quest. Has a synergy with level 13 talent too. And they're closing in slowly but steadily to 16 as the fight continues. Durance of Fate is out. And the stun. They are able to easily make it for Malfurion. And also Odin is popped as Tychus finds himself in trouble once more. He's not the only one though. Blaze! No! Poik! Poik, you beast! That was on point! Comes in with the Light Nova and then the Skull Missile towards the end of the play. And Blaze just, I mean, beautiful from him. 9 kills to 3, they're nearly there, and the fight just continues. They have 34 gems in their hands, but if they continue this, they can go for the keep and do a bit more damage there. I mean, eventually they have to fall back, and this is exactly what's going in here. So yeah, they're moving back out. We have 31,000 damage by now for Mephisto. 80,000 siege damage for him. Now, Tychus still has the numbers. He's sitting at 39k, but they're just not able to turn those damage points in kills in a reasonable time frame. Now, 16 is now available, and this is exactly the problem. You're starting to get to a point where it seems there's always a talent advantage for a team, and Julbord is doing exactly those plays. So it's up to Random Team to close the gap again. Now the good news for them is that after they do it, it's gonna take a while until level 20 talents are being hit. But they need a ticket back into the game, and one of the few things that they can do is try and get enough gems so that they can drop a turn in here. But boss is already about to be taken. There's pretty much no chance that the red team is contesting this since they don't have level 16. And Smexy can also shut down these choke points pretty quickly with a good lurking arm. But yeah, boss is going to be taken. That's going to pressure the top lane even further, where we have the wall already damaged. And on top of that, they're getting closer and closer to another turn into. So a maximum of 45 gems right now means they're lacking 15. But at least it's this level 16 defense for Random Team. And they are in the lead in the series, so there's still some hope left for them. Epicenter, of course, also another nice talent to pick up to make these engages of Anubarak even more dangerous. And if he gets in a successful hit against Smexy, they could try and take the support out first and then just clean house. But the boss has to be defended against, and that's where most of the resources of Random Team are currently being spent. So they're giving up control of any other lane on the map, and that also allows for more turn-ins for Julbord. Yeah, but boss taken, so bought them a bit of time. And are they really gonna go for Yrel here? Gust is in. Wooby is still taking tons and tons of damage since Ziomek was able to get close. They want that fight, don't they? Yeah, they know they're far behind. They need kills and need them quickly, but instead it's a Nubarak again. And Nubarak is dead. He's down. Twilight Dream being used, and Gamer Boy, he still gets dropped. There's no counter kill just yet. Azerite walked away from the jet propulsion, and with only 3 players standing, they're trying to defend the middle here. 11 kills to 3, and also the turn-in potential. They have 31 gems that they can deliver. Not a problem for them. And Falstad, the birdie, up at the top as Quacknix was trying to also use his global a bit more. Pressure them on a macro level further than before. No game, no life with 26 gems here. But those keeps are starting to take damage. The keeps are losing hit points. Slowly, granted, but still. The bigger part is, of course, Julbord playing for level 20. I mean, that's more or less what they're attempting to do here. Play for the talent advantage, use that. And if they time it with the turn-in, then it's just a double whammy that is going to hit Random Team. And it's going to hit them hard. Webweaver's coming down. They take the experience from the mercenary camp at the bottom. And that means that if they just get 1 or 2 lanes... Well, there it is. 1 or 2 lane waves, then they can use those Storm talents with the objective to go for maybe even a finishing blow. And that's what we're looking at right now. So Falstad can go to the top. They can soak this one up, and they likely will. And then they can use the Web Weavers in the middle at the bot lane to do their thing. So yeah, level 20 any second, and it's all about how Random Team is going to react to this. How are they going to defend now? They're going to poke it from a distance. They're going to suffer some losses. The only question is, are they going to lose some of their heroes? And Ether is already moving away here. He knows what's up. Unspeakable Horror. We already got the Seraphim and the Wind Tunnel. But yes, Falsa is controlling the top lane. Trying to make sure that they have to at least use 1 or 2 players to deal with him. And down at the bottom of the map, that translates directly into tons and tons of damage on the keep. This one is going to fall. They won't be able to save that. And the top side keep is also in trouble. So they are just hitting them on 2 sides. And the top keep is already gone. And the bottom keep, as you can see, is also destroyed. So that leaves them with one single inner structure that they can now try and defend. And Julbord, they don't go for the core here. They're just trying to control the lane. And it is just a slow and painful death that Random Team is dying. Now that Probius is gone, they can go for the next kill, even with Whoopi moving in. Odin is getting used. There's the APOC and the quick kill. Tigers, he didn't have a good game here. 53,000 damage puts him still into the top damage numbers, but still, a lot of those Odin plays, he was just shut down. It was good coordination from Julbord as they moved in for him. Now they're taking out Malfurion. He was holding 30 gems, by the way. All of them picked up now by Markotzle, who also has a problem and finds himself being pushed around by Julbord. But yeah, that's going to be the tie in the series. They're going for the tie, and we are going to go to game 3. There's just no doubt about it anymore. This is too much for them to handle. They're trying to defend as best they can, but obviously this is not happening. Blaze is down, so is the core. 15 kills against 3. A 2-level lead, and we're gonna head to game number 3 in the second semi-final here at the first qualifier of the X Cup Winter. Sky Temple, map number 3, the home of the McDonald's strategy, with nearly all the players that were on the team back then. Now, not quite. Breeze is actually a sub for Julbord, so he's probably going to play with him. I assume that he couldn't play today, and Shrimpy isn't part of it. But yeah, back then, that little cheese that they developed on Sky Temple was obviously pretty fantastic. Technically, you can play today still, but you have to adapt, because back then, obviously, tower ammunition was still a thing. It was years and years and years ago, and a lot of changes have hit Heroes of the Storm since then, so it doesn't really work the same way anymore. But yeah, we have Rhaegar now banned out, and also Yrel. So after Blue Goat ripped them apart a bit in the last map, they are now target banning Whoopi a little bit more. I mean, it's always tricky. You're always sitting there and you can ban out 3 heroes, and then you look at the opponent's team and you have so many where they really have heroes that they excel at. So it's a bit tricky. What can you allow through? What can you ban? And also, obviously there are certain picks that are also very strong on specific maps. So yeah, there's a lot of that. Anyways, we got Falstad banned out, so already working on the globals a bit. I wouldn't be surprised to see a Dehaka first pick again if he doesn't get banned here. So Julbord could shut that down and just say, alright, if we don't get a global, you don't get a global. Could still play ETC with the stage stuff, of course. We've seen it in the past. But yeah, it's more also about Dehaka and Falstad here. And there it is. Dehaka gets banned. Alright, a goodbye, my friend. That leaves us a bit short staff when it comes down to globals. Brightwing is still an option. Could also go... I mean, technically they could go into Zamuro, just saying. I'm not really expecting Random Team to do that, but Julbord could also play some kind of Zamuro cheese. Sky Temple is definitely a map where you can go for certain cheesy plays. Now, it doesn't mean you have to. There's obviously a lot more that you can pull off there. But back in the HGC days, you had for a short period of time even Zamuro Abathur dominate here, because you could just focus and like single-mindedly just go for structures. And that worked quite well if you played it correctly. Now, they start things off with Stukov, still one of, if not the best support, together with Rhaegar. And, well, Blaze and Johanna. Alright. More of a normal game. That's what that pretty much immediately telegraphs. Yeah, Blaze and Jojo. This is also a combo that was played a ton, especially in the post-HGC days, because it is just incredibly difficult to kill. And yeah, Hazu's team played that a lot. Hazu's teams played that a ton. That combo, Johanna Blaze, over and over again for a long, long time in the early post-HGC matches. There it is, the janitor, everybody. All shall suffer.
Say hello to your sister for me.
Will do, will do. Muradin also in. The man with the beard. Okay, so they can start with the Stormbolt, follow up with Stukov. So there's already some synergy there, right off the bat. And you always have to keep in mind a little bit that at the end of the day, it is very likely that you're going to have at least one fight over the boss. Oftentimes, it's actually a fight where one of the teams throws a bit of a Hail Mary to try and come back into it, or where one team is attempting to simply capitalize on a talent advantage. Ban on Zeratul, I like it. No game, no life. He really did work in game number 1 when he played Zeratul. Now, things shifted when he moved to Probius on the second map, but eliminating that is not a bad idea. I mean, you're literally looking at your opponent's team as like, okay, what are some kind of those heroes that might become a problem that we just don't want to face off against? And yeah, that's a good one there. After what he did in the first map, playing a pretty solid one, that's a good one. Li Ming and Brightwing. Okay, so we got our global, we got Li Ming for the quick burst, and Poik on this, also kind of fun. Going old school on this one. Greymane is banned. I mean, with Falstad and Greymane banned, they're literally targeting Quacknix. So he played Vala earlier. Just you wait. Murky's going to be picked again. It's going full Murky again. That would be a twist. Now, oh, Nazeebo. Nazeebo and Hanzo. Look at that. Didn't expect Nazeebo to be picked here. These guys have a little bit of a knack for picking some out-of-the-box heroes. Nothing... well, Probius and Nazeebo, yeah, this is a little bit crazy. Okay, so what are we going to get for Quack? I mean, technically you could also play Li Ming, by the way. They could shift that around and give Poke something else, so it doesn't necessarily have to be his pick. Sylvanas, and that gives them more push power too. Sky Temple, guys. It's game number 3, so one of the teams is going to advance to the grand final now. So let's find out together which one pulls it off. The final map in the series, Julbord against Random Team. Final map, Wooby on Blaze. We have Poik on Li Ming for Julbord, Azerite on Johanna, the Christmas Table playing Quacknix with Sylvanas, and Smexy on Brightwing. Whereas Random Team went for Ether on Leoric, Gamerboy on Stukov, we got Ziomek on Nazeebo. Going full Witch Doctor on us on the final map. Makotzel on Muradin, and no game, no life with Hanzo. Austin's Renewal on level 1 for Boy Tychus, and well, let's see how quickly and how reliably Nazeebo can stack. If you get that Vital Infection towards level 20, you're in a pretty decent spot, and he goes full frog on us. We got the Pandemic. Yeah, no shit, boys. Really? No shit, Sherlock. We got a Pandemic on level 1. And we got a dead Witch Doctor too. Okay, so much for that. So, oh my god! Hanzo, he nearly got away with like 0 hit points. So that's the second kill, and that is, I mean, Quack at least going down. But I gotta say, kind of worth it, because you still have a lot of damage dished out at the bot lane, as Wooby and Poik are capitalizing on their kill, and this early in the game, Structure's already lost. I mean, are you kidding me? That is a massive blow against Random Team. That one was huge. Guys, this is Sky Temple. Every single structure that you take down here is just massive. Absolutely massive. Because the objective is attacking structures directly. So if you are able to take them down without the help of the objective, any trade where you take a few shots and your opponent takes another temple is gonna end up with you increasing your lead. So yeah, it is pretty significant what's happening here this early on in the game. Very nicely done by Julbord, and if they can continue that pace, then yes, we are gonna have Random Team in a bit of a pickle. Now, keep in mind that back in the day, the play that you wanted to make is to open up the wall, and then you wanted to take down the fountain. That was always the play for the second objective, because after we have the 2 temples spawn at the top, the second rotation is going to spawn an isolated single temple at the bottom, and if you were able to take your opponent's fountain down, that gave you a massive advantage in that fight that was sure to come. Now, that doesn't work anymore, because Blizzard changed the fountains and you can't annihilate them any longer before you take down the fort. So, that changed slightly. It's going to be more of an even battle at the bottom of the map, and that is going to open up other plays, of course. You don't have to go for the bot lane as heavily any longer, but they are already now doing work at the top too, and I gotta say that this is starting to go a little bit out of control. Now, in experience and kills and everything, this is still fairly even, but this advantage in structures this early is a bit worrisome, to say the least. Now, still a bit too early to tell, and you can bring this back, but you gotta be real careful on how you're playing this now. Because we're gonna see quite a few shots fired here. 10 stacks on the Pandemic on level 1. And, yeah. As the Witch Doctor dishes out a bit of Omicron here, Brightwing goes down. So, yeah, Fruit Fly is at least dead. Smexy bites the dust. And at the top, we have, with level 4, now also Mercenary Queen and the Charged Blast in. Witch Doctor with the rotation between the mid and the top lane is also ensuring that he gets more stacks together on his baseline, so that's kind of important. But yep, Wooby is getting a couple of shots here. They're also starting to push them back at the top, so both of the temples are now at least temporarily taken by Julbord, making the structural situation even worse for Random Team. And there's the level 7. Tiny advantage with that window here. But that first objective is likely going to tell us a lot. I mean, he's attacking the fort in the mid lane already. There's a very good chance that they're taking the fort down. And now with the kill against Leoric, I mean, are you serious? Getting Leo here means that you can take over a few more shots from the top. So they're getting a pretty big lead on all of this. If they can get additional kills, and even more so. Azerite needs to be careful because Ether is also respawning. If he stays in range, then that mob is going to hit his face. And Leo is going to clean the floor with him. But, well, big damage on... They're going to get this one. Leo is dead again. Leo is turning into Leorki over here. We had a Murky already. We don't need a second one. Ether gets murdered. Trait activated. Someone is using everything of that hero. Every single ability is being used here. Alright. So, off we go. We got... Yeah, we got Sylvanas moving back. And I kind of expected them a bit to make a play for the top, to be honest. And try and take that fort down. By the way, I swear to God, 100% was their meeting where Blizzard was sitting together and thinking about if they should rename that level 1 Talon or Zebo. 100%. You know it's true. They're like, but does it trigger people? Like, I would bet money that that discussion was being held somewhere. That definitely happened one way, in one way, shape, or form. 100%. Ether ghosting out. Yeah, I don't want to die again here. Li Ming, in the meantime, has died at the bot lane, and they wanted to go for a follow-up kill on Jojo, too. Couldn't get her, but at least we're going to see some signs of life from Random Team, because they just locked in the 3rd kill, and that also got them a bit closer in experience. They're closing this gap quickly, and thanks to Nazebo with the Toads of Hugeness and also now the Zombie Wall, they are doing some work. So this is exactly what I wanted to see. Them moving in and doing some serious damage. Now, at the top, we already have the kill happening. Easily done. Yeah, Whoopi is able to use his bunker to burn down the fort, so the first one's gone. But, ooh, that's a big arrow. Oh my god, that is flying across the entire... Ooh, yeah, that hit nothing. That one is straight on its way to NA. 100%. But, well, we got Poik and Azerite still holding the line at the bottom. The camp is now popping up. With Sylvanas, you can, of course, technically also try to keep her at the top lane as long as possible and use that camp to do some damage. But she would have to go pretty deep on this one. Brightwing also, global, can play this out a bit longer. But the rest of the team is definitely going to go down to the bottom of the map and try and get at least some of the shots connected. Now, Zebo went straight into Gary, so we got the Gigantian here. In addition to that, we got the Falling Sword now. And the stacks are also coming together quite nicely for Nazeba, I gotta say. So yeah, Quack getting attacked here. Top side, Brightwing, as already mentioned, is most likely going to try and at least push these lanes out a little bit more aggressively. So Leo has to stay longer, and Smexy always has the advantage that he can just global down whenever he wants to. Oh, careful. There's the move for Azerite, but he engages again. Hanzo's already down. Zebo's also in trouble, doing as much damage as he can, but eventually he is going to fall. The Witch Doctor is dust But yeah, and Gary is still all alone over here. So they get multiple kills, 2 in total, and now take over the shot count. Whereas that top camp is still pushing a little bit. Vile Infection would be just such a huge help now for Random Team if they can somehow get the Witch Doctor to level 20. But, oh boy, that's a kill, isn't it? That's a double, very likely. Yeah, Stukov is already dead. Muradin gets racked pretty much mid-air as he gets his ass kicked. 8 kills to 3, and now the boss is up. And they can, of course, make that play. With the support gone and Muradin not part of this, yeah, it's an easy one. That's 2 forts already destroyed on the red team side, and they're falling structurally farther and farther behind. Yeah, this is tricky. Random Team, they need... I mean, they pretty much need a 5-man wipe. Ether, on the other hand, he's actually intercepting the wave at the top, so the entire minion arrangement of them is now doing some structural damage too. Blaze is going to take care of it. Whoopi's, of course, arriving slightly late. Was busy down at the bottom helping them with the boss, but the fort still doesn't fall. And since the damage dealers are also now moving in down here, Zeomech alone is going to have a tough time stopping this. So they need to rotate someone else in. They're trying Muradin for size. Gamer Boy is there now. Yeah, they're forcing that fight. Nobody's dealing with the boss at this point. It's all about the battle at hand. Both teams with level 13 talents now. And Zebo had actually to retreat here. Oh, beautiful arrow. This time it connects. There's the follow-up. They try and get the kill. Brightwing is dead. Nicely done, using the choke point to their advantage. Azerite at least was able to jump out. But while this is happening, Quacknix has moved towards the mid lane and is trying to take another fort down. Jojo! Oh, there's the kill. No bunker. Whoopi is like, yeah, you're not worth it. Bunkers up underneath the fort, and thanks to Nazebo, they're coming in and taking this. Guys, one of these 2 teams is going to drop down into the 3rd place decider. Only one can advance, and we have fight after fight after fight. The Witch Doctor paying with his life for that little battle here. But yeah, it's kind of nuts. Everybody's so low in HP, and they're chasing, over-chasing, turnarounds. I mean, that fight literally went from the right side keep towards the left side fort and back. With Hanzo now dying, Gamer Boy still being alive, and Leo, as all of this is happening, is just sitting topside saying, like, boys, I'm gonna go for the objective. I have no idea what you guys are doing, but yeah, I'm gonna go... This isn't League of Legends. I'm going objective right now, and I'm gonna start and take some structures down. So they got the top fort, and now they're going to go straight in for the fort in the middle, or at least they're trying to. Now the problem is that with Li Ming holding the bot lane, this is already going straight for keep. And that's a big problem, because we are only 10 minutes into the game. So thanks to them taking the boss and doing so much damage, destroying all of the forts, that bottom play by Li Ming is going to take the keep down. And now Leo died again as well, so he's dead. But yep, the keep is 100% gonna fall. And that is such an insane advantage this early in the game. Because this is the boss lane. So if they take the boss again later, they can make the play. Yeah, Quacknix moving straight into the zombie wall. Gets out. Used the Wailing Arrow too. They're still trying to go for Hanzo here. Poorly move! And he gets away. He actually gets out. McCodsel also popping the avatar here. He's a bit low. And Li Ming isn't even here. Li Ming is not even here. This is a 4 versus 5 pretty much the entire time after Leoric then was there. Poik, on the other hand, just sitting there is like, yeah guys, I'm at least gonna go for the Rams. Seems like always there's someone missing, right? But yeah, level 16 talents are now super close, so they have them as well. Random Team is finally caught up. But losing the bottom keep is a bit of a disaster. Now, they're one main structure behind, by the way. Everything else has also been destroyed on Julbord's side. The blue team doesn't hold the fort any longer. And by now, they want Smexy again. Smexy? Is he gonna get out of this one? He's trying! Juke City, baby, but at some point... they still don't have him. The big escape! Smexy is alive, the teammates are coming in, double siege giant camp at the bot lane is threatening the core even at this point, but the fight at the top is still focusing on the fruit fly, and they just can't get him. Smexy is literally running circles around them at this point. I mean, he is still alive, still kicking, and now they're trying for Ether. Quacknix is low and gets saved. by the Smex Master. Azerite! Oh, no, he gets out too. Smexy saved another one. Saves another one, and now they're still on the run here. The Siege Giants are, by the way, on the core in the meantime and are burning the shield down. They're going to take core damage here. They are literally going to take core damage at this point. Yeah, unless... No, they retargeted it. They retargeted the minion wave. If they would have just locked in on the core, that core would have taken a couple of percentage points. But now Muradin can deal with it. 138 stacks, 140 for Nazebo. Yeah, he will have on 20 enough for Viral Infection. The question is always, are they still having a chance to come back? And do they get to 20 in the first place? Because now double Temple taken and boss up in 3 seconds. Yeah, that's a little bit nuts. Because keep number 2 is not going to make it. Sylvanas just has to hold the bot lane a little bit longer, and that keep is gone. So yep, another keep down. They just abandoned the mid lane fight, by the way. They didn't even try to battle there. Why would they? They are on level 19. They have an entire level advantage. You can just wait this out, get to 20. It's literally random team that has to make the moves now. They are under pressure. They are the ones that need to make some... Yeah, they need to make some plays. They need to find some engage where Leo can drop his Entomb, for example, and then make the play for it. But so far, it's not happening. And now 2 lanes have lost their keep. Big arrow. And they still don't get anything. No way. Beautiful arrow, but they cannot even get a single kill. And Quark is again just running around them. Pushing the mid lane a little bit. Can also try and go to the top. And this is one of those moves, as I mentioned in the draft already. You need to think about what you have for boss, because the reason that the red team is now going for the boss is simply they understand that there's level 20 coming and the boss would likely end the game. So they're trying to take it before, but the timing doesn't work out for them. So there's now the level 20 talent. It's a Hail Mary. Again, it's a shitty fight, but you gotta take it. If you don't, your opponent ends. So right now, there's the first kill. They go for the Witch Doctor. And Nazebo is dead. Everybody else seems to be able to escape again. No game, no life. Yeah, no life. Literally, he's dead. And they go for boss. And that's going to likely finish this one. 15 kills, 2-5. And there it is. The timing didn't really work out. They wanted to take the boss before the blue team hit 20. Didn't time it properly. Now Muradin is dead too. That leaves us with only Stukov defending. And even he's not going to be able to pull that one off. The boss is taken. We have now level 20 versus 18. The core is not going to stand a chance here. Down at the bottom of the map, Leo came back and has tried to slow them down a little bit, but obviously this is just not gonna work. Stukov is already dead. The core is getting attacked. They're going for all the structures, by the way. Quacknix is saying, okay, let's take the keep too. Leo is down. Yeah, and that is gonna be Julbord advancing to the grand final, everybody. They're gonna face off against Team Ash. And that was quite the series here. Starting things off with a murky game. Another big arrow. Do they get Smexy this time? They don't. Can't kill the Smex Master. GG. A 2-1 victory in the semi-final for Julbord against Random Team. Well done.